What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of Sari Cooks. So glad to have everyone back. Today I got a special guest with me. What's your name? Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm Aditi. I'm 10 years old and your stepdaughter.
Okay. Aditi, what are we making?
Khao Piek Sen.
What is Khao Piek Sen?
It is a Lao noodle soup made out of tapioca starch and rice flour.
That's the noodles, right? What kind of soup is it? Look at the camera.
Soup.
It's chicken soup. Okay, yeah. So basically Lao noodle, like a tapioca starch noodle, which is like stretchy, and you put it into chicken soup, kind of like your Lao comfort soup. All right, gang. So first things first, we're gonna prepare our broth. So we got all our ingredients ready here. Aditi, my assistant, will let you know what everything is. So what is this first?
Ginger.
And what about this?
Lemongrass.
And that.
Garlic.
And what about this?
MSG.
Okay. This.
Chicken powder.
And we got
Salt and sugar.
okay, so these are the basic ingredients that you need. And then lastly, most important, we got our chicken here. I got these chicken leg quarters, and really the best thing that you can do with this kind of soup is to use chicken that is sobe. Basically what that is skin on, bone in. That's my acronym, so feel free to use it. All right, so we're just gonna prep the broth by cutting up some of our lemongrass. We're gonna smash our ginger and cut that into manageable sized pieces as well. You don't have to peel it at all, so don't worry about that. And then the garlic, we don't have to peel that either, right? All right, so just chop your lemongrass into manageable sized pieces that'll fit into the pot. And then the ginger, just break it up to manageable sized pieces. This is good? Okay. Don't worry about making it all nice and pretty.
It's like bite size, like you could just eat it.
Yeah, basically it's just gonna flavor the soup. And remember, when you cut, you gotta be careful, dude, okay? What did I teach you before?
Just put your knuckles in it.
And we're just smashing our garlic. Don't worry about peeling it. Again, this is just tossing it all into the pot.
Simple.
Very simple. All right, so we got that part taken care of. Let's go ahead and get our big old pot of water ready. What's this, Aditi? The floss? Is this how kids are dancing these days? Show me.
That's how kids dance.
Show me how you do it. Is it like this?
Yes. No, no.
What about your other dance?
Like this.
The one that goes... Anyway, we're just waiting for this water to boil. It's almost there. But this next step is super easy that a 10-year-old can do it. Don't put your face too close. Basically, once it comes to a rolling boil, you just start dumping all your stuff in. So let's make the water boil then. You like being on Sari Cooks? This is gonna be your new job?
And it wouldn't be Sari Cooks anymore.
What's it gonna be then? Huh? What's it gonna be then?
I have my own channel called Sari Cooks Assistant.
Water's taking forever. Oh, they got a boil button that just automatically does it. By the way, everyone, this is called a Duck's Top Induction Cook Expert thing. Check the link in my description below. It's really useful, especially when you're like trying to cook away from the stove and stuff, so I like it. So once you start seeing that steam come up, feel that condensation on your face, you're getting close. Right, Aditi?
Sure.
Normally she always has something to say, but now she's shy. Why are you so shy now? Why you like Khao Piek Sen so much? It's your favorite dish?
Yes.
Why?
Because the dough.
Ooh, but dough.
No.
Who's that?
The noodles is made out of dough.
Oh, dough. Not bado?
No.
What about meido?
No.
What does meido stand for?
That's not how you say.
How you say it then?
Metu.
Metu? What about potu?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Grandpa and grandma.
Okay. Oh, look, Aditi, what's going on?
It's boiling.
Okay. Go ahead and put stuff in. Let's start with the lemongrass. Don't just drop it in, but gently place it in there. Okay. There you go. You can go a little faster. See? Let's keep your face away from the pot. What do we got next? You wanna put some ginger in there? We are gonna leave this one piece for garnish later.
What is garnish?
Garnish is like little ingredients on the side for like your soup, We're gonna julienne this later and sprinkle it in our Khao Piek. So go, Keep, go. I take it back. A 10-year-old might not be your best option for this. It is hot, by the way, so. All right, you could do the dry ingredients. So we got our MSG. Nothing wrong with MSG. Adds a lot of flavor to a soup. So we're gonna put about a tablespoon in there. So go ahead, Aditi. Sprinkle. What we got next? Some salt. About a tablespoon of salt. And it's fine if you under-season it right now, that's fine. That's like totally.
Should I put it in this spoon?
You can. But like I said, you can totally under-season it. Of course, you're gonna have to adjust for taste. So better to under-season than to over-season. There you go. We got some
Chicken powder.
chicken powder. So since we already put in our MSG, you know, the chicken powder is optional. I think you can do it, it's fine. But again, you can adjust for your own taste. So either this or the MSG. You don't have to do both. So we'll let everything kind of let the aromas take place, and then you just dump your chicken in. And you do not have to worry about cutting it up. We're going to be shredding it later. Like I said, skin on, bone in is gonna give you the best taste. All the flavors in the skin and the bone. So I will gently place this away from me so that it doesn't splash into my beautiful face. And pot's a little small, so you don't want it to overflow. It should always be around 3/4 full, so you can allow like the boiling and the bubbles to kind of like have space. So we'll use our big pot later, we'll transfer it in there. So I had to change pots for the induction cooker because it didn't recognize the cheap metal steel from Asia. So I used this IKEA one. I think it's still made in China though. I'll look into the reason and see why we couldn't use the other one, but I think you have to use like a heavier base. So if anybody could help me answer that in the comments below, let me know.
It's too big.
Okay. Okay. So we'll let everything come to a boil, and we're gonna cook this for about, I don't know, like 40 minutes. All right, so we're gonna get to the fun part of the video here. We are going to be making the noodles. Didi, you looking forward to this part? All right, so we have got some tapioca starch. Okay, so there's one. And then the other ingredient is, what's this?
Rice flour.
Rice flour, okay.
You can both get these from the Asian market.
You can get it from the Asian market. Very easy. It's just a 1-to-1 ratio. But if you want a firmer noodle, you're going to be using more of the tapioca starch. And if you want a softer noodle, then you're gonna go heavier on the flour. And then I also got another bag of rice flour. And this is important because we're gonna be using it to dust our board. So why don't you cut the bag, my assistant. And this is why they teach you how to use scissors in kindergarten. Okay, thank you.
They teach me,
Okay.
They teach me how to run with scissors.
All right, so what about the other one? Can you open the other one, please? Thank you. This is very exciting, folks. Okay, one other ingredient. What else do we got to put in here, Didi?
MSG.
How much?
1 tablespoon.
Okay. I'll allow my assistant to do that. Go ahead and sprinkle that in there. All right, so we are going to kind of just mix this all up together, get it nice and blended in. And by the way, this recipe here makes a great fried chicken. Very possible that we might have another special guest to show us how to do this fried chicken. It's very light, crispy, but anyway, let's get back to this. Here, you mix it. Why am I doing the work when I got my assistant here? Why are we using a whisk, Aditi?
I don't know.
We're using a whisk because it is easier to incorporate all the ingredients together. Basically, you don't want clumps of flour in one area and then tapioca on the other because it's not going to create a consistent noodle. So while my assistant is sifting, we have some water boiling. We're going to start with about 2 cups. So slowly, I think, you know, my assistant knows what she's doing, but anytime that you're dealing with boiling water or anything hot, adult supervision is usually best. So I will handle this.
Dude.
So we're gonna not use the whisk for this part and we'll use our rubber spatula.
Super mess.
Hey, it's fine if you make a mess. This is what we do. This is like kindergarten, so.
Yes.
We'll clean it up later. You know, it's starting to clump up, so that's good. So you want to keep mixing until you get little clumps. Aditi, how's it look? Do we need more?
A little bit more water.
You gotta let it cool down before you start
Yeah.
piling it, right?
But don't let it get too cold.
Yeah, I need more water. Never made this before, so I don't know.
Make sure you get like this stuff on the edges.
Oh my God. This is crazy. It's alive. And we are back. But first, I got a joke for you. You ready, Aditi? How come the hipster didn't want to knead the dough yet? Because it wasn't cool yet. You ready? Anyway. All right. Aditi, my assistant, please sprinkle the board with some... Oh, wow. That's so much rice powder. Stop. Give it a liberal dusting. The reason for this is that you don't want the dough to stick to your hands. This, makes it a little easier. So, all right. So we're just going to dump this bad boy on there. Wow. All right. So it looks like a hot mess.
It needs a makeover.
It needs a makeover. So we're going to try to just get into the crevices here. Just roll it into a ball. Ooh, it is still kind of hot. The hipster was right. It looks like a brain. What does this look like, Aditi?
A giant marshmallow.
Yeah, it does. Can you give me some more powder, please?
Yes.
Oh, it's still hot. Is this looking right, Aditi? You've made this before, right?
Yes.
Is it looking right so far?
Yes.
Okay. Give me some powder. This is gonna take some time, folks. So.
Fast forward.
So like my favorite Cameron song, Get 'em Girl, he says, I roly doughy, have you holy holy, leave 'em saying, holy moly. Get 'em girl. You could also play some other music. I recommend Lip Biscuits, Rollin', anything with rolling in the title. Rolling with the homies. That's a good one. Why you got powder all over your face? Did you touch your face?
A little bit.
Kids, make sure you don't touch your face after touching flour, or else you're going to end up like Aditi over here. Some more flour, please. Thank you. This is probably going to take us about 10 to 15 minutes, so it's not an easy task, but it'll be worth it. To avoid this big mess of a ball to stick to your fingers, make sure that you liberally apply rice flour to your hands to make handling so much easier. So if you got a cat that likes to knead, maybe you can hire his services. Shut up, Alexa. I didn't ask you anything. Doesn't the cat do this? Is this a good method?
He done that to me before.
Oh, that's not bad. Aditi, could I have some more flour on my... So, of course, you're going to run into a little bit of soft spots here and there. So just have your assistant sprinkle your hands with some flour. But I think we're almost there. How's it look, Aditi?
Looks great. It's unstickable slime.
Yeah, I think we're almost there. So what do we do now? Do you know?
Make little dough balls.
Little dough balls?
Yeah.
How big?
Like about this big.
So like a baseball, softball size, right?
Cat toy, yeah.
A factoid?
A cat toy.
What's that? Oh, a cat toy.
Like this.
Oh, okay.
About this big. Pretty much like the
Actually,
baseball.
give me some more flour. Sorry, we just ran into a little soft spot here. Look, I don't think anyone's ever made a perfect dough ball before. But, you know, you learn. You run into a little wet spot, sprinkle some flour on it. A little more. I think we did use too much water. So we used 6. I think 5 would have been enough. What do you think, 5?
5.5.
5.5. A little bit more flour, dear. On my hands too. All right, I think we're good. All right, we got ourselves a baby.
Stop hitting your baby.
All right, Aditi, what are we going to be doing here?
We're gonna make little dough balls so
Okay.
we can like roll it and then chop it to make noodles.
Okay, so you said about a baseball size.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Good?
Mm-hmm.
And then what about this big piece? Should we put it somewhere or no? Or are we going to make a couple of little pieces?
Yeah, and then we put it in a bowl.
Oh, okay. I could do that. Does this feel right?
Mm-hmm.
You sure? Does it look right, babe?
Yeah.
While our soup has been boiling, make sure you skim the fat off the top so that we can have a nice clear broth. You see that, Aditi? See how the scum is kind of forming there? And you know, you shouldn't even throw this all out. You can actually use this for like other stuff. Like you want to flavor your rice or something like that. This is how Hainanese chicken is made. They use like that fat broth, which gives it all the flavor. And then we are going to take our chicken out. Big old guy here. Don't worry if you catch something else. It's like shrimping, you know, you end up with a car tire. It's all right. Toss it out later. There is our last piece of chicken there. Very important, Aditi. We're gonna let this cool down. And when it is cool enough, we are going to shred it and turn it into manageable size pieces. Aditi, are you ready to roll?
Yeah.
All right. So make sure that you put a damp cloth over your dough balls to avoid them from driving out. Not optional. You actually want to do it. So you want to dust the flour board, which we already did. Why don't you roll a couple for us, Aditi? Let me see how a pro does it. Any techniques?
When it starts to stick, you should turn it or flip it.
Okay.
Stuck.
What happens when it gets stuck? You want to put a little more flour or no? Or just rotate it?
That's just a bad thing. Flour.
I got it. Got it. Yeah, so this is kind of like really my first time making it. Aditi's the pro, so I think I added too much water. You know, when that happens, this is what you're going to end up with. Sticky dough. So like right now we're compensating for it by adding flour every now and then, but you know, really eyeball it. Really the thing that you want to do is just get experience doing this. Ready to cut this, and we're doing it the long way, so when we do that it's easier to eat with chopsticks, but if you want to cut it short, it's easier to eat with a spoon. So whatever your preference is. If you got little ones that don't know how to use chopsticks, probably go the shorter length. So as an adult, I will cut these first noodles. How's that look, Aditi? All right. So should I just make short noodles? So we're actually gonna make short noodles. So just pressing the knife into the dough and not wiggling it around.
Like strawberries.
How's that? All right, it looks like our chicken is very cool now, so I think it's safe to shred. Aditi, you want to give it a shot? Take a fork and just pull at it. You can pull harder than that. There you go. Here, I'll do one. You do the other. And it should pull apart pretty easily. I mean, if you look at this, the bone, it's like coming right off the bone, so this is good. So once you're pulling off the big chunks, Aditi's little fingers are good at breaking those bigger pieces into smaller pieces. Go ahead. So break that up a little bit. And you see this? Don't even throw this away because I like to eat this myself. So we are gonna get ready to boil our noodles into the stock. And then once that's over, that's when the fun starts. You're gonna pile on the chicken, the fixins. We'll show you what's going down later. Back to our induction top, folks. I am very excited. We's gonna start eating soon. Aditi, you hype?
Yeah.
You wanna dance? All right, so my assistant is going to hand me the pot. So we are setting our induction top to boil. Give it about 3 or 4 minutes. This thing works pretty fast. Break it into smaller pieces and then put the bones over here. Oh man. What you like about Khao Piek Sen, Aditi?
The dough is very soft and the broth is very good.
You like yours spicy or no?
Sometimes.
No, you don't. You put chili oil in it?
No.
What you like in it? You like to put garnish in it? Like cilantro?
Some of that, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, Aditi, is that water boiling? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we got our noodles here that have been cut up. And take a handful, and I am going to drop it in there gently so that it doesn't come back and scald me in my beautiful face. So, yeah, that's good. So this normally takes about 3 to 5 minutes, stirring occasionally, and you know it's done when it starts floating to the top. Very hype. I've been waiting all day for this. Seriously, all day. Because it's been like, how long has it been, Aditi?
An hour.
Yeah, it's been long. So we are very hungry. It looks like it's floating to the top. Aditi, does that look done?
Yes.
It's floating to the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're ready to serve. So I'm gonna lower down the temperature a bit, set it to simmer, and my assistant is going to grab me a big bowl. Do you want a bowl first, or should I get a bowl?
You get a bowl.
Me?
More hungry.
I am very hungry. Oh my gosh, nourishment. Does that smell good or no?
Yeah.
So that's for me. And why don't you grab me a bowl for you? A little bowl for a little person. You guys, I'm really excited. You have no idea. And normally when you think of chicken soup, you think of comfort food, and this is exactly what it is. So we got all our garnishes over here. This is cilantro. We got freshly chopped scallions. We got some julienne ginger. We have some garlic that was actually fried with some chicken fat. How about that? So we didn't waste that chicken fat. Cut up limes. Aditi, what's this?
Soy sauce.
What's another word for soy sauce?
Nam seaweed.
Okay. Basically, this is like soy sauce, but has a little bit more depth to it. So, love this stuff. Fried garlic. And then this is some hot oils. Lastly, we got some fried red onion. So we're gonna add all our stuff along with the chicken. So help yourself. This is the best part, honestly, to me, is the fixins. So I got a little cilantro. Oh, get in there, Aditi. I got a little scallion. I got some ginger. Give me some of that. When do you like to eat this, Aditi? You think this is a good breakfast food? Yeah? Why?
Because it can fill you up all day.
She's right. It's got a lot of starch in it. You got your chicken for protein. So this is really a balanced meal that you can enjoy first thing in the morning. Cheers. Good job. Did you like this? You want to do it again?
No.
Sure she does. Well, anyway, thank you so much for checking in. We really hope you enjoy this recipe. I know a lot of you are home and you don't know what to make, but this is super easy and, you know, feed your whole family. I hope that everyone is safe out there, right, Aditi? Hopefully the kids are reading and doing their homework assignments. But we will come out with some more videos very soon. So thank you for checking out Sari Cooks with Aditi. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, that's so good. That's actually really, really delicious. Bye, everyone.